Good morning. My name is Zilmaki, and I am the group leader. The other group members are Clyde Walcott, Jared Sandy, and Daniel Perry. Together, we have come up with a software solution called Jaeger's Car Sharers. Jaeger's Car Sharers is an online car rental service that connects those who are looking for a vehicle to those who are looking to rent their vehicle. Problems with the current system that led to us wanting to develop and design this software solution. Someone visiting a new geographic location, whether it be for business or as a tourist, may need transport but would not know of a local rental place. Therefore, we provide a service which connects the customer to the vehicle in the palm of one's hand, providing a competitive environment for the customer's benefit while also increasing the exposure of one small rental business. Jaeger's Car Shares is a revolutionary app that changes the way drivers link up with one another. If one owns a vehicle and wants to rent them, or you are looking for a vehicle to rent, you can simply use the app to do so. Jaeger's Car Sharers is a user-friendly application that goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is amazing while using the app. This app allows you to post a vehicle, scroll through the vast selection of vehicles, and select any vehicle that may pique your interest. The design. The app would provide an interface that connects customers in a geographic location with each other. The app will be designed to mimic an Airbnb service but for cars.
Good day. My name is Daniel Perry, and I will be presenting this slide. Jaeger's Cashiers would like to offer its clientele the most user-friendly, secure, and accommodating services as much as it can. In this regard, rates are charged by the length of time in driver's possession, as well as various features are employed in our system to protect the client's liabilities. Also, we aim to provide accessibility, transparency, pricing, and live tracking of vehicles. This is included to provide the users with an optimal experience. For user testing, firstly, the system will be tested by the developers, which will be a process of comparison. The system will execute various functions, and the resulting data will then be compared to the data and performance the system is expected to produce. Tasks such as payments will be tested for speed and security. The system has various attributes that make it execute its rules in its entirety. Therefore, those sections will all have various criteria that will need to be met for it to be labeled acceptable for production and release. Alpha testing will be done by the employees of the company utilizing the app before it is released to their customers, and they would be responsible for identifying any errors or otherwise that occur when carrying out basic user tasks. A beta version of the system would be made available to select end users for testing. These users will have full access to the system for a fixed period. During that time, they will be asked to use the various functions of the app and provide feedback regarding its performance and whether it meets their expectations. There will be various controlled malicious attacks that will be exposed to the system so that a detailed and realistic overview can be documented as it relates to the security system response and anti-malware execution protocols. The user will be given feedback forms to fill out based on their experiences and will be asked specific questions regarding the system covering various attributes such as speed, interface, appeal, as well as rating comparing it to its competitors.
Okay, and here we are at risk management. So a lot of times during software development, there are a lot of risks that are involved, and we try to foresee some of those risks and try to come up with solutions on how we would deal with those risks. So here are just a few that we are going to highlight. So unplanned work. So So a lot of times during software development, we have a lot of unplanned work that we don't foresee. So such as like bugs, right? So we plan to have regular meetings, and in these meetings, we're gonna talk about the work that was previously done. So like the work that we did during the week, and we're gonna talk about the work that we have to do to reach reach the goal. So a lot of times in software engineering, there are multiple people working on different projects, and these teams need to communicate as effectively as possible to prevent any errors or any mishaps. Unfortunately, mishaps do happen. So one of the strategies that we have to deal with this if it occurs is that we're going to have regular team meetings, right? And we're going to also use uh, digital platforms that specifically aid in software development. So we have platforms like Jira that gives our visual aid on the tracking and the development of our software as it's being developed, right? And with these software platforms, when an engineer completes a task or when they finish their part of the project, right, they can notify other team members so that they could go ahead and they could have a visual representation of where each person is at along the developmental process. Right. So another risk that we foresee is unresolved project conflicts. So we know that different programmers have different ways of programming and implementing different procedures. So to minimize this, we plan to have regular meetings, right, and discuss the best way to implement any solution that we have. And if for whatever reason that we still have an unresolved conflicts, we want to have a meeting immediately with the project team, and we want to discuss what is the best implementation to move forward for the team. Right. So another risk is the legality, right? And legality doesn't just have to do with the law, but it is, uh, but it also deals with employee contracts, client contracts, and all of those, right? So to deal with these, we want to have a legal team go over all contracts, and we want them to make sure that everything is in accordance with the law that we do. Risk is natural disasters, right? And every time we work, we want to make sure and we back up our worker so that when these disasters do happen, we have work that we can just restore and get back to work. We also want to document any damages for the records and contact the company's insurance. So another risk that might happen is the scheduling of employees' deadlines. Right? And to prevent this, we want to have a meeting to discuss the schedule, right? And if for any reason that we have any schedule errors, we plan to call a meeting and discuss the best way to move forward. And we want to schedule the employees' deadlines to better suit. And here we have the cost. We estimated that is approximately $200,000 to complete the project in about 25 months with a salary of $155 approximately per person. Alright, so this brings us to the user interface. When the user first opens the app, they'll be given the option to either sign up or sign in. Of course, if the user doesn't have an account, they will sign up. And if they do, they'll sign in. So this is the full screen on the slide. After the user has been verified, they will enter their geographical location, and after which they will be given a list of cars or vehicles that they can book. This is the second screen on the slide. So after the user decides that they want to select a car, so let's say they select Toyota Hilux, they'll be taken to the main page of that booking, which we see on the third slide is the Toyota Hilux. And they will be given the option to either book the vehicle, send an inquiry, or favorite the vehicle. When the user books the vehicle, they will be taken to a payment process where they can either enter their credit card information or whatever payment processes they use. Send an inquiry, so if the user has any questions about the vehicle, they can send those questions directly to the owner of the vehicle. And let's say the user books the vehicle and uses it, and they find the condition of the vehicle satisfactory, and they would like to use it again in the future, they can favorite the vehicle. So later on, they would have a quicker access to the vehicle to book it.